Okay, so we are now recording. This is the training for Star to Superstar Consultant. So everyone that's watching is a Star Consultant, which is amazing. You guys should be so proud of yourselves for getting this far. I know some of you are fairly new too, which is absolutely amazing. So you guys need to be, patting yourself on the back, okay? So now that you are Star, I want to talk about what you should really be focusing on to get to Superstar, okay? Because you guys are only 2 promotions away from Director. I don't know if you guys realize that, but you're 2 promotions away from hitting Director. That is huge, okay? That is huge. And I know it might seem like a far distance to reach, but it's really not. And once you get that momentum going, like, you're going to hit Director in no time, okay? So someone unmute yourselves or type in the chat box, whatever you feel comfortable with, and tell me, what 3 things do you need number-wise in a single month to reach Superstar, okay?
You need 3 active frontline, 500 PRV, and 6,000 GWV.
Yes, girl. Okay, and Lauren definitely got that right on the nail. So the thing with that is you have to have all 3 of those in one single month to promote, okay? Now, 3 active frontline. I want to talk a little bit about this. So tell me, actually put in the comments how many people you guys have on your team so far. How many frontline? Tell me that. How many frontline do you have? And then actually tell me how big your team is, okay? While you guys are typing that out in the chat box. So, okay, Lucia, you have 4 frontline. That's awesome. Do you have anyone else in your team, or is it just those 4 people directly under you? Okay. Frontline means that they joined directly under you. They went through your personal link that you sent them to join. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so why I want to talk about frontline. Yes, you have to have 3 active frontline, but I don't want you guys to rely on all 3 people to be active, okay? I don't want you to say, oh, okay, I have my 3 frontline, and that's it. Now I'm going to promote, okay? Because what's going to happen? You might promote with just those 3 frontline. That's the minimum you have, right? You might promote, but it's going to be very hard to maintain that title, okay, to continue to get paid at title. And we're going to talk about what paid at title means and why it's so important, okay? So with that being said, you want to aim for as many frontline as you possibly can, okay? So that's why we're always talking about recruiting yourself, okay? When you are showing up, your team will show up, okay? If they see you working, they are going to work too. So, for example, I think I have, I don't know exactly, but I think I have like 50 to 60 frontline right now, okay? And half of them get active every month, okay? So I have roughly between 30 to 35 of my frontline that become active every month, okay? So just because they join, don't expect them to become active every single month. And that's okay, because not everyone joins to make this a business. Some people are joining to get the free products. Some people are joining for the community. People are joining for a whole slew of reasons, okay? So don't expect that just because they join, they're going to get active every month, okay? So that's why we want to aim higher. So your goal is always to have half of your frontline active. If you have half of your frontline active, you're doing an amazing job, okay? All right, so next thing, 500 PRV. That is the bare minimum, okay? I want you guys to aim higher than that, especially if you are trying to reach a promotion. I want you guys to aim higher than 500. I want you to aim for a minimum of 1,000, okay? Why do I say that? I said it earlier. Your team is going to look at you. If you are constantly aiming for the bare minimum of 500, that's most likely what your team is going to strive for, is 500, okay? But if they see that you're reaching 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 PRV, then your team's going to see you doing that, and they're going to be like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it, right? So definitely don't aim for the minimum 500. You know, if you have times where you know, you're having like a weird month, then okay. But for the most part, I really want you guys to aim for that 1,000. And honestly, 2,000 is a great goal, simply because if they see you aiming for 2,000 PRV every month, then they're going to start earning it, or they're going to start aiming for it at least. And that's how you're going to show them, hey guys, if you get 2,000, you're going to make that 5% extra pay. Okay, so you're going to get paid 30% versus the 25%. Okay. Does anyone have any questions so far? You can definitely unmute yourself. Okay. Next, the 6,000. Do you guys know the difference between team wholesale volume, group wholesale volume? Okay, so team wholesale volume is not your team, your TWV, your GWV, okay? Those are going to be the exact same right now. You're not going to see a difference in that until you reach director. And I know you guys aren't there yet, but I want you guys to know what these two things mean, okay? Once you reach director, okay, so let's just say, for example, Jessica, you reach director, okay? And then your front line, I can't even think of someone who's your front line, but your front line also reaches director, okay? So you're both directors. Once you have someone in your downline reach director under you, their team numbers are pulled out of your team numbers, and they're only in your group numbers, okay? So that's when you're going to see a huge difference. So for example, Courtney Stewart, okay? Courtney Page, I'm sure you guys have seen her name. Her numbers were pulled out of my team numbers, and now they're only in my group wholesale volume. Okay, so right now, those are going to be the exact same until you get a director in your downline or on your team, okay? All right, so my biggest tip to reach Superstar Consultant is I want you guys to act like a director, okay? Some of you are going to be like, okay, well, what does that mean? What does that mean to act like a director? I want you guys to be posting daily on your team pages, okay? While we're talking about team pages, depending on your group size is going to depend on whether you need your own team page or not, okay? Obviously, that is going to be your decision. If you feel like your team is ready and you only have a team of 5 or 6, but you feel like you really want to take that step and make your own team page, do it, okay? But if you have like 3 people on your team, I don't suggest you start your own team page yet. Maybe you start like your own team chat, whether that's on, you know, text messaging or on Facebook Messenger, or there's a ton of apps out there. But definitely just be thinking about when's the right time for you to start a team page of your own, okay? Meaning that you're going to be the leader of that page, okay? So posting daily on your team page, whether that is your director's page that you're currently still on, because you haven't made your own team page, or it's your own team page that you created for your team members, okay? Post daily. You do not have to be on social media 24 hours a day. What I suggest is you post once a day, and that one post be related to an IPA, something that's income producing, okay? Whether that's booking parties, recruiting conversations, follow-ups, you guys get the gist, okay? Something that's going to help your teamies build their business and make money, okay? Yes, Marco Polo. I have heard of a lot of girls using Marco Polo. I personally don't know how it works, but I've heard really good things about that. All right, next. I want you guys to start having your own team trainings or team Zooms, team meetups, whatever that's going to look like for you, okay? Team trainings, okay? They don't have to be anything extravagant. It could literally be you and your girls hopping on Zoom like we're doing now, and you guys talking about what you're struggling with in your business, what's going really well in your business, things that you're doing that you want to share that might help your teamies, and vice versa, things that they're doing and that might help you in your business, okay? The next thing, and I think I actually said this, I want you guys to start, obviously COVID is like a huge thing right now, so maybe this can be more in the future, but team meets, okay? Team meetups. It doesn't have to be Scentsy related, but this is how you are going to build relationships with your teamies, okay? So for example, for SFR, Katie Lasser and I planned like a little get together over at her house. Granted, not everyone was able to come, but it was a great time because I actually got to meet Jessica in person, and we had a really good time, and it wasn't Scentsy related. You know, we talked about the business, obviously, but it wasn't solely based on business things. It was more for like fun. Hey, let's get to know each other. We drank, we swam in the pool, we ate good food, we had a good time, okay? So I highly suggest you guys do that. Next thing, coaching calls. This might look totally different to you than it does to me, and that's okay. But I want you guys to be doing one-on-one calls with your leaders. That doesn't mean you do one-on-one calls with everyone in your group, okay? Because you have a life, they have a life. So I personally think coaching calls are for the people who are showing up, the people who are, whether their numbers might not be the best, but maybe they're showing up on your team page, or you see them, you know, cheering someone else on. You can tell that their heart's in it. Those are the people I want you guys to do coaching calls with, okay? They could be literally 15-minute calls, okay? Next thing, shout outs. It is your responsibility as a leader to shout out the people in your group, whether that's because you see them showing up on social media, you see them having, putting in their 500 by the mid-month, you see them having sky-high PRV. Lucia, for example, she's a rock star with friggin' PRV. I don't know how she does it, but definitely just like connect with your people, okay? And how you're gonna do that is by shouting them out. They're going to appreciate you so much with just a simple shout out, okay? I have a tickle in my throat. I'm about to start coughing, sorry. Okay, team emails. Tell me, who sends their team emails? It's okay if you don't. Just tell me if you do.
I send them once a month.
Whoop, whoop. Go, go.
Usually about mid-month, and kind of shout them out where they are as a team.
That's awesome. Good. Okay, so Lucia, the best way to send an email is to go to your reportings tab. Thank you. I'm going to put that on my list that we need to chat about. Go to your reportings tab, okay? Go to your performance tab and then reports, and then you can pull your downline report. You click the downline report, then you can highlight in the upper left corner. You can click the highlight button, and it'll click everyone in your group. And then you can press the email button, and then you can type out whatever you're trying to say. You can attach photos, anything like that. So definitely start emails, whether that's once a month or twice a month. I don't think that you guys have to go overboard with emails. I personally send out 2 emails a month, sometimes only once a month. It really just depends on what's going on in that month, okay? But definitely do team emails. Okay, get to know your teamies on a personal level. I talked about that earlier about team meetups. And then this is a really big one, okay? You want to focus on the people and not necessarily the promotion. So how you're going to do that is obviously building a connection, but also I want you guys to learn what your teamies' goals are, okay? If you learn what their goals are, you're going to be able to better assist them to reach those goals, okay? So find out what their goals are. Is it to leave their full-time job? Is it to pay for their child to go to private school? Is it to retire their husband? Okay, it could be so many different things. You guys never know until you ask. All right, next. Y'all have heard it a million times, and I want y'all to engage with me. So unmute yourselves and tell me who has systems, and tell me what systems you have.
I just started system, because I do have a small team, but I already started thinking kind of get out of control because I didn't system at all. So I just have like a customer follow-up log for the meeting. And then I just have a chart of what their promotion is and what their PRV was for the month and what their goal is for the month. Just something really simple. I am a very scatterbrain, so I just have to keep it really simple and straightforward for myself, or I get overwhelmed.
That's awesome. Jessica, did you create that form for your teamies?
I didn't create it for them yet. I honestly just threw it together myself like earlier, but I'm going to get on the computer and put it together and email it to them as well.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, did you create that form yourself?
Yeah, sorry.
Have you shared that form yet?
I didn't yet because I honestly just like wrote something. I have to get on the computer and make it, but I will.
Yes, I would love for you to share it because I bet you some of the girls on here, and myself included, would love to see that, and that might help us.
Okay, absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you. I love that. I was going to say, so systems are definitely, and you guys can definitely talk too, but I just wanted to say, systems are literally going to hold your business together, okay? Because as you grow, as you move up, your business is expanding, it's evolving. And at some point, if you don't get control of it before it gets huge and explodes, you are going to get overwhelmed, and that's when you're going to want to stop, okay? So systems are what is going to hold your business together, okay? So I know we talk a lot about follow-up systems. That is not the only system you need, okay? You definitely need a follow-up system. That's going to be for your personal business. But like Jessica said, she has one for her team. So I highly suggest you at least have 2 systems, one for your team, one for your personal business, okay? Lauren, what do you do in your business? Do you have, what follow-up systems do you have?
I've got them for my customers, but I need to get one for my team.
Okay. So maybe the one Jessica will post will help. I will also, and I'm going to write myself a note, I will also share some systems that I personally use, and I'll actually show you guys right here. I don't have it pulled up on the computer, but I have one in front of me. So I have literally tried so many different systems. I've been doing this for almost 3 years now, and I've done some systems that have worked when I worked full-time. I've done systems when I first left my nursing job, and that didn't really work, and now I've changed it. And this is working somewhat, but I don't know if you guys saw my post recently. I downloaded Google Calendar, the Google Calendar app on my phone. It's free to download, and I put reminders in there. So literally, I have reminders for everything, to remind me to go walk, to remind me to eat, to remind me to drink water, to remind me to take my dogs for a walk, to remind me to check on my host, to check on my teamies, to check on my new teamies, to post in my VIP page. I literally have reminders for everything in there. So I'm using that system right there along with the one that I'm about to show you guys. So I will send you the Google Doc for this paper chart. This is for an entire year, okay? You guys can't really see what's up here, but basically I have mine broken down into weeks. So each week I have roughly like 10 things that I need to do, and I can space it out throughout the 7 days. But as long as I get those 10 things done within that week, then I'm good. I'm not holding myself down for like a specific thing to do on a specific day. And that's just what works for me, okay? But Katie Lassiter has it split up to where like on Mondays she does specific things, on Tuesdays she does specific things, and in those things that she has written down for that day are for her personal business and her team. So she has reminders to like send out an email to her teamies, send out or do shout outs, stuff like that. So I will definitely share this with you guys, and I will share Katie's too to see if hers might work better for your schedule, okay? Lucia, I know you unmuted yourself. Did you want to say anything?
I was just going to say, like, I'm kind of in the same spot that you were saying you've gone through before with like trying like multiple systems, and I'm still trying to like figure out what works for me. Like I was going through and like watching like I watched some of the Guide to Growth, and I watched some of like the trainings like you, Katie, Chloe did, and I saw that Chloe was using like that the thing that she had in the drive for like her follow-ups for customers. And I printed that out and filled out the whole thing. And then I started using it and trying to utilize it. And I was like, oh my God, there's no place for me to put like what date I texted them, what day I need to follow up. So like, I was like, okay, this isn't going to work for me. So then I went back to trying to do Amy, I think is the app. And that's what I've been using before, because I found that when I was trying to use the system that Chloe made that works for her, I was spending so much time trying to locate phone numbers because there was no place on the form for it. And then I was trying to text out like what was already like made for me in Amy with the templates that I would like personalize. But I feel like with Amy, I need to click through way too many things. So I'm still trying to like find a system, because I don't want to put over 100 customers into my contacts in my phone.
Yeah. So I will say I kind of was in the same boat. I go back and forth between Amy and between the system. I use Chloe's system right now, but I added different things into mine. So that might be something that you want to do, is add, you know, the phone number slot and the text date slot and so forth. I'll see if I can send the edited version, and if you'll be able to do that. You might just have to download it to your computer and then edit it like that.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now I will say, are you just out of curiosity, are you texting your customers? Because
Yep.
you said you are. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, that's how I reach out. I know some people aren't comfortable with giving out their phone number. They want to do like email and stuff. I personally like text.
Yeah.
I'm getting off topic, but I personally like text. I feel like it's more personal. People use text more. I mean, it's 2020. I mean, I personally don't really use email often. I mean, I'm not.
I use my email all the time, and especially like trying to keep up with like party orders and stuff. When I see an email come in, like I go to the party that it's associated with and like shout out that person, like thank you for your order. So I'm on my email 24/7 already, but I feel like sending a text to them is just way more personal than sending like an email, because then they might be like, oh, she's sending this to 60 other people right now. Kind of thing, versus sending it to them. But like with the follow-up system and everything, like what you were talking about before, with having something that's like being able to be like replicated for my team members, when my girls are joining, I want to be able to tell them like, this is exactly what you should be doing. This is what works for me. Like I know systems are different for everyone, and everyone does something differently, but I would like to be able to give them something more than just like sending them a Google form or sending them like, hey, download this app and just put your information into it kind of thing. So I'm finding that for myself, it's kind of overwhelming me, that I'm trying to like find like a system that works for me. And I'm also telling the people on my team, like, well, I don't have a system yet that works for me. So just figure it out. You know, like I want to be like more helpful, like as a leader, trying to like guide them as to like where they should be going.
Yeah. So with that, I think the best option, especially for a new teamie, is to share with them the Amy app. I think that's the best option, especially when you're first starting out. It's really good to get a follow-up system in gear. And then if they don't like it, then they can kind of, you know, reach out and say, you know, this whole like app isn't working for me. And then they might be able to do like more of a paper system. But there is a drive, and I will find it and I will send it to you guys. Where's my sticky note? I will send it to you guys, because there's multiple different systems in there. And that way you can send your teamies that drive and be like, hey, there's multiple systems in here. You can kind of figure out like what might work for you and edit it to work for you. Because I think that's where people go wrong, is they take someone else's system that person created for their own brain, because that's how their brain works. And then we try to use that system, but our brains aren't exactly like the person who created that system. So it's like we're trying to do something that's not working for us. And that's where I have it on here. that's where we have to figure out what's going to work for us. Whether that is literally just a notebook and you writing in it, or if you need a legit template to write in. You know, everyone's going to be different. Some people want to work from their phone, you know. So that's the hard part, is finding what works for you. But I definitely will send you guys that drive with all of the options so far that people have created that might work for you guys, okay? Download them to your computer, and then you can edit them and add stuff, delete stuff, do whatever works for your brain. But I will say that is one of the most important things for your business, is finding a system. Because what I see happens a lot of times is consultants will, you know, join and they're on fire and they're like, go, 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 go. And then they hit director and all of a sudden they get overwhelmed because they went from a team of 1 themselves to a team of 15, 30 people. And now they can't keep up. And now they're in a legit leadership role where they feel like they just don't know what to do next. And once you get to that point, it's harder to find a system that works for you than it is if you would have established it with a smaller team. Okay, so that's why we preach it. Let me put this.
Rachel, can I ask you a question that's kind of like a little bit off topic, but has to do with systems?
Yeah.
When you send like getting happy mail from you guys is like one of my favorite things ever. Like I get such a big smile on my face when I like open up my mailbox. I'm like, oh my God, I got happy mail. When you're sending out stuff for like promotions, PRV, I know PRV you probably do like once a month, but like when you send out like promotion mail to the girls on your team, because you have so many direct frontline, do you wait until the end of the month and run a report and see who exactly promoted and then send it out all at once? Or do you do as they hit it throughout the month?
So I have tried the whole as they promote, but my brain does not remember who I send. So I personally wait until the end of the month, and that's when I do my promotion mail. So for example, I literally just sent out all of my promotion mail, my team mail, like top PRV, top recruiters, all of that jazz. I sent it out today. So I was up yesterday and the day before doing all of that. So I wait until the end of the month. But I know Chloe Cox, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive, she does it as people promote. So that really just depends on your brain and if you're going to remember, or if you have a way to keep track. I don't keep track with who I send mail to regarding team-wise. And that's just because I wait till the end of the month, so I know that I got everyone right then and there. But it does take me longer because I'm doing it in bulk. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Chloe, it's not going to take her as long because she's doing it as they go.
Okay.
So it really just depends on how your brain works. But while we're on the topic of that, I do suggest you guys doing team mail, even if that's just a postcard. And you know what? If you don't have the financial means to do team mail where you're actually putting a postage and sending it, you can find another fun way, like via email or via text, okay? Until you start making money with Scentsy where you can put it back into your business and start doing team mail. But what I want you guys to remember is you're going to get to a point where your team goes from 5 to 30 to 50 to 100 to 500, okay? So I want you guys to do what you are doing now that you can be able to continue to do when you reach 500, 1,000, 5,000 people. Because I know that might seem like it's not attainable, but it is. Okay? And you guys are going to reach it, I promise. If you continue what you are doing, you will reach it. So do what you can continue to do once you reach 1,000 people. Okay? So, for example, what I was trying to say is before, I would say like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I was sending like extravagant mail to everyone in my team. And I realized that once I started growing, I didn't have the financial means to send everybody in my group some mail like that. Okay. For one, you're buying all of this stuff, and then on top of that, you have to pay for postage. Okay. So now we have a group of, I don't even know how many people we have in our group. Anyway, we have a group of, I think like 700 and something. If I were to continue that, you guys think that I have the money for one to send 700 people fun mail? No. For two, I don't have the time to be doing that. I'll be here for a straight month. Okay? So don't feel like you have to send every single person on your team something in the mail. Okay? All right. Next. Oh, while we're on the topic of systems, if you're getting overwhelmed with the system you're currently using, it's not right for you. It's not working for you. Okay? So definitely find something that works for you. And guys, that's the hard part. I can't tell you what system to use because I don't know how your brain works. I don't know how you want to follow up with people. You're the only person that can find a system that works for you. Okay? All right, so next, I want you guys to be authentic with your team, okay? It's okay to show your team that you're struggling because guess what? You're human. We're all going to go through ruts. We're all going to go through hard spots, okay? We all go through rough times. So I think it's super important to show your team that you go through those times because they're going to go through those times and they're going to be able to better relate, okay? All right. Never vent down, only up, okay? So if you have like something going on with the teammate, never vent down, only up, okay? You can vent to your leaders, but never down in your downline, okay? Create a positive culture in your team, okay? What you allow will continue happening. So if you have someone who is constantly negative and you're not saying, hey, like that's not allowed on our team page, they're going to continue to be negative. Okay?
How do you address that if something like that happens? Like in the group chat that we have that Cheyenne has today, one of the girls was saying something like, oh, well, I don't think I'm going to get active because I need to sell my personal stock in order to do X, Y, and Z. And I responded back and I was like, well, all of us can get active. You don't need to be selling from personal stock. You can use that for yourself. Have them order off your work or your personal website so then you get active this month. But like, I don't know, like when I have my own like group chat or something, like I don't want to like sound like I'm being nasty.
Yeah, so I actually had to reach out to someone recently, and you don't have to be mean about it. And I wouldn't confront that person in that chat or on the team page. I would do it privately via text or via Facebook message, and I would just simply message that person and say, hey, if you have any problems like this, you can either come to me or you can go to consultant support. But please don't be posting anything negative on our team page because then what happens when you post negative things? It feeds other negative things. It attracts other negativity, and I'm not here for that. If you guys know me, like, you negative, it ain't happening. I'm gonna boot you out. So it's okay to be upfront. You don't have to be mean about it because some people, I get that some things are frustrating, but at the end of the day, like I truly believe that Cincy is doing the best they can. And while things are selling out, Cincy is going to make it right. So there's no point in bitching and complaining on the team page about this product that sold out. You guys, like, not you guys, but I'm just saying, like, we should be thankful that our products are selling out while other companies are going under. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? There's always something positive out of a negative situation, and that's what I want my team to look for, is the positive side. So I actually had that on there, so I'm glad you said that. You're going to have the hard conversations, okay? And And that's the sucky part about leadership, is you're going to have to step up and have those hard conversations. And sometimes they're going to go smoothly and sometimes they might not. But at the end of the day, just be the bigger person. And if things get nasty, then I would just leave it alone. But if you ever have something like that, you can definitely reach out to me and I can definitely help you kind of diffuse the situation as best I can. Okay, so next. Focus on the stool and the 3 legs of success, okay? So the stool is going to be self-care. The 3 legs of success are going to be your IPAs, okay? They're going to be coaching, recruiting, PRV, okay? Focus on those 3 things. Cut the fluff. We don't need to be talking about the prettiest samples. We don't need to be talking about all the foo-foo stuff that we find on Pinterest that is super fun. Yes, it's fun, but at the end of the day, is it making you money? Is it going to make your team money? Not everyone joins to make money, but I will say majority of my people are here to make money. And if they're not here to make money, that's perfectly fine. But I'm here to help mentor people who do want to make money and who want to reach the top. Does anyone on here have their own YouTube video or YouTube channel? No? It's okay. I did not have my own YouTube channel until I became an SSD, okay? Literally, I established my YouTube channel in like February or March. So, don't be like me and wait until you're an SSD. If you are already doing training videos for your team or just on your team page in general, save them to your phone, create a YouTube channel, upload them to YouTube, because that is going to save you so much time and energy, okay? It's going to be replicatable. You're going to be able to just send your new consultants that link to your YouTube, and they can watch everything right there, okay? So I highly suggest establish a YouTube channel. It's really easy. Really easy. And then last but not least, never get comfortable. Never get comfortable. Okay? I see a lot of consultants who are on fire, and as soon as they hit director, they think that they don't have to stop working. They think that they can sit back and collect a paycheck, and that's not the case at all. Okay? We still have to hit numbers. That's why we're not a pyramid scheme. You still have to recruit, because once you start slacking and sitting back, that's when your team is going to sit back and start to slack. And then all of a sudden you're going to look and you're going to be like, why aren't we getting paid at title? You're going to be like, why isn't my frontline getting active? You're going to be like, why isn't my group getting active? And it's because you're not showing up for them. And it's not fair to recruit and to hit director and then all of a sudden think that you're Gucci and you don't have to work. Okay, so never get comfortable. Tell me, who knows how to pull reports?
The only reason I know anything about it is because I think I watched, it was a training with Justin and Chloe on how to pull reports, and I think it was in Guide to Growth, maybe?
Yeah. Anna, good?
I think it was also in Coach the Coach.
That might have been what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good one to watch.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I just want to make sure that you guys know how to pull reports. If you... Hi! Hey, girl! Oh my God, she's so cute! Okay, so pulling reports, I suggest you guys pull reports twice to 3 times a month. I will say I really pull reports at more towards the end of each month, usually on like the 15th to see like where everyone's at. And a lot of people, you would be surprised, are close to a huge promotion, but they don't even realize that they're close to it. So that's why I pull reports, so I can reach out to that person and say, hey, you know you're super close to a promotion. This is what you need. And half the time they're like, oh my God, I didn't even know. I'm like, yep, that's why we're pulling reports. So, and then towards the end of the month, I pull them more often, usually sometimes every day, sometimes every other day. It really just depends on how the month's going. So, girl, no reason to say sorry. Do you, mama? All right, do y'all have any questions? Or anything you're struggling with or that you want to talk about?
I think my biggest thing is systems, but you already went over that. So
Okay.
just because I literally, like, I don't know who said it before, but like, I am also like very scattered. So if I, like, my planner literally has like A to Z, every single thing that I need to do throughout the day. And if it's not written down, it's not getting done. So like, I know that like for all my tasks, I need to write that down. But like when I have like send this person a thank you note and, you know, reach out to this person for a follow up, and I literally have like everything in like multiple places, like that's what I need to rope in.
So let me ask you, do you like, are you the type of person who like as soon as you see someone orders, you automatically send them a text?
No, but I'm trying to get better at it.
Okay. So what does that look like for you?
Well, so if someone orders through my personal, babe, can you shut the fridge? I'm sorry. If someone orders like through my website directly, I like go on like my VIP page and I like shout them. I just do like a thank you very much for your order and do like a cute like GIF or something. But if it's like on a party, I just go onto that party page and like post the thing. I don't really like go and like reach out to anyone directly and text them. I usually save that for like either a follow up or to like let them know that their order shipped or something like that. But I want to get in the habit of possibly like, I don't know, like, do you have any advice on that? Because I was thinking about reaching out within 72 hours and thanking them.
Wait, what? Say that again.
I was thinking about starting to like, in addition to like posting on Facebook and saying, thank you so much for your order, like also reaching out and texting them and saying, hey, I just wanted to like reach out and thank you again for supporting my business.
Yeah. So, okay. So what works for me is I send thank yous like every 2 days. Text. Thank you text. Every like 2 days. Okay. If I'm somewhere where I get a text and I can go ahead and look up their number on the workstation through my phone, I will text them right then and there. But usually, and I will say, I save my customers' contacts in my phone. So if I see that they text me, it's easy if the contact's already in my contacts list. But if it's someone new that I don't have their number, then I have to go through the workstation, find their number, and then, you know, that's kind of a whole ordeal. I wish the number was right there in the email that you get. It would make my life so much easier. But if it's something like that, I try to text them at least 24 to 48 hours after. And just say, hey, thank you so much for ordering, yada, yada, yada. But as far as my mail outs are done every Monday. So let's say, you know, I finish my mail outs by 12 o'clock on Monday. I have a list so I know who I sent mail to, what I sent them to, and then I know, okay, the following Monday, I'll go back and look and say, okay, well, the last person that I had sent mail to was Paige. Then I'll look to see, okay, who ordered after Paige. And then that Monday, I'll write down everyone that I have right then and there. But let's say at the end of the day, I had Sierra order. Then Sierra is not getting a thank you until the following Monday. That's what works for me. That's just how my brain works. But I'm also not an OCD person. Okay? So like Chloe Cox, she's very OCD. So she's like on it all the time. I can't do that. My brain's not like that. I've tried it. It doesn't work for me. So really depends on like what works for you. Every 2 days is when I send thank you texts. And then I just usually say, hey, be on the lookout for a thank you. I'm going to send it in the next week or so. So my mail outs are done every Monday. Mondays are like my day. I don't do anything with teams on Monday. If I'm really feeling it, I might do like a live training on my team page. But Mondays are for my business. That are for my follow-ups, my team mail, my customer mail, kind of setting in place like what I'm going to do that week. all of that stuff. So, well, I'm super proud of y'all. Thank you for showing up tonight. I hope you guys have a great day, and I can't wait to see you guys hit SSC. Who was close? Y'all tell me. Lucia, what's your numbers at? I don't even remember. I know I shouted you out yesterday, but.
I have all of my personal PRV that I need. I think I need one more active consultant, or frontline, which I'm going to have hopefully very, very soon. I have a couple girls that are pretty close. And then I need I think 400 more GWV.
Yes, that's awesome. That's so exciting. And didn't you just recently join?
Yeah, I think it was sometime around May, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who's your sponsor?
Cheyenne. I call her Katie, but Cheyenne.
Oh, Cheyenne that just hit director.
Yep, McFadder.
Okay, so
yeah,
you're on Megan's team.
I'm sorry?
You're on Megan's team. Megan's was your director until Cheyenne hit director, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, so Krista Rhodes, I think is her last name, was technically my director. And I literally joined a couple weeks after Katie did. So Katie's Cheyenne. So I joined with Cheyenne, and then she promoted to director a couple weeks ago, and I was her first frontline that she had.
Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yay. Well, I can't wait to see you guys for that. So, okay, focus on the people, and the people will grow your business. Okay? Katie Lasseter told me that, and it is the truth and nothing but the truth. Okay? Focus on the people, and the rest will come. Okay? So, get to know them, get to know their goals, coach them, mentor them. Listen, just because I say coach them, mentor them, does not mean you owe everything to them. Does not mean that you hand feed them. Okay? If you are hand feeding someone, continually just giving them all their answers, they are going to become a leech, and they are going to suck harder. Okay? So, I know that was probably a weird analogy that I just made, but anyway, I've never made that analogy in my life. But business hours, and stick to them. Okay? Business hours. You guys need business hours. You're star consultants. Scentsy is not your entire life. You have a family. You have hobbies. You have friends. You have other things than just Scentsy. Okay? So if teamies are messaging you at midnight or 2 in the morning, do not reply, please. And the next day, just say, hey, these are my business hours. Just reiterate it. Hey, these are my business hours. Did you find your answer? Half the time, they're going to say, yes, I did. Okay? So, super proud of y'all. Thank you guys for joining. I will upload this, and as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go find that drive with all those systems, and I'll post it in the leadership page, okay? All right. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.